Hi everyone, welcome to your pick a card reading. Today we're going to be doing a new pick a card reading talking about what Spirit wants to tell you is coming into your life next, what you are currently attracting into your life, and what is going to be happening in your life next that you don't see perhaps coming next. So we're going to be getting right on into it. This right here is pile number 1. We have the rose, it's kind of a rose quartz tiger's eye combo, if you can see that. Let's set that right here. We have pile number 2 with this cracked quartz crystal. And we have pile number 3 with this blue Lemurian quartz crystal. So as always, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards. Pick the pile that you feel most drawn to or connects with you the most. You might be drawn to one or more piles, and listen to all the readings that you feel connect with you, because Spirit sometimes has more than one message for you. So I'll give you a moment to study the cards, and then once you've picked your cards, I'll have a link in the description box with the timestamps, so you can go ahead and jump ahead to your reading. So with all that said, let's go ahead and let you meditate, and I will see you in the reading. See you then, guys. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this rose quartz crystal right here, then this is your reading. I'm just going to set that down right here. All right, pile number 1, let's dive right on in. Starting out right away, we have the Sun card. We have the King of Wands. And we have the Five of Cups. Now, starting out right away, talking about what it is that you don't see happening next for you in your life. I feel like you have been possibly in a little bit of sadness recently, feeling maybe kind of heavy and somber, maybe a little bit depressed in your life. I'm hearing and feeling that maybe you've been dealing with some anxiety, and that your mind's been feeling very, very weighed down recently with things, that there's been a lot of very overactive thoughts. And Spirit is saying that there's been a lot of maybe sleepless nights, or that you've had bouts of insomnia, that you've had some difficulty trying to quiet your mind and trying to step out of negative energy that has been thrown upon you. And what you don't see coming is that all of this energy that has been weighing on you recently is about to shift. And I don't know if you've had external things going on in your life that have caused you to feel this way, or if you've been weighed down with worry recently. But Spirit is saying that you are going to rise up. What I'm hearing in my head actually is that you're going to rise up like a lion against all of this that has been affecting you and weighing you down and making you feel heavy spiritually, making your heart feel like it's not safe to be able to express its true self, that Spirit is saying that you've kind of felt maybe a little bit weighed down in your expression of who you are. And Spirit doesn't want you, the universe does not want you to hide who you are anymore. Spirit is saying that whatever it is that's been bothering you so much, it's not that all of these issues or things you've been worried about, it's not like the world's going to turn into a perfect place, is what they're saying. What they're saying is that you are going to be growing in so many ways that you're going to become stronger than any problem that could be thrown your way. You're about to You're about to step into massive confidence, is what I'm hearing. That you're going to start to see yourself for who you really are. You're going to start to see within yourself the energy that you were born with, that your soul incarnated with. I'm hearing that you are about to step into the way the universe actually sees you, the way Spirit actually sees you. I hear that you have a very, very strong spirit team. And just scooching my chair forward. You have a very, very strong spirit team. And they are actually, interestingly enough, they're calling you captain. I feel like this might come from a past life, or possibly from a different dimension before you incarnated into this life, into this world. I feel like you were a leader, a general in the spiritual world. They're saying you still are. You have just been so beaten down with heavy energy in this domain, in this sphere, which is Earth, since you've incarnated as a human being, that it's made you forget the grandeur of your own spirit. You are an incredibly powerful person. That's what they're saying. And that your spirit guides, even though they are there to guide you and direct you, they view you as what they're calling they're calling you a captain. I feel like these might be people, your spiritual guides. They might be people who in prior existences you actually led. And I'm hearing that it's almost like a karmic debt that they owe you, that you did so much for all of them in other existences, that it's now their turn to return the favor, to help you to heal these karmic wounds within yourself that you've accumulated through these lifetimes of incarnation. Now, with what I see changing and occurring in your life, I feel like you are going to all of a sudden come upon such great strength within yourself that you didn't even know was there. Maybe you knew it was there, but I feel like your strength comes from your heart, is what they're saying. Your strength comes from your heart. You might be a Leo. You might be a Leo rising. You might also have some Scorpio energy. You might have Mars in Scorpio. What I'm hearing is, even if you don't have Leo energy, I'm feeling more fifth house energy than just a Leo sun energy. I feel like you are going to be stepping into the spotlight. You are going to be stepping out of the darkness. What I'm hearing is the darkness within your own mind, that you've been kind of weighed down with a lot of like possibly dark thoughts and anxiety type of thoughts, and things that have just been weighed upon your soul, whether they are, imagined, meaning things you're worried that could occur, or possibly things that are occurring that are making you just feel so heavy. But this is all about to turn around. The light is on the horizon for you, and the light is coming from you, actually, from you unlocking your strength. And Spirit is saying, even though it's been tough, these hardships were put upon you not because of bad karma or something like that. They were there to help you to realize just how strong you are, to help you to see how powerful you are, that you can conquer any challenge that is thrown in your path, that you are meant to be a leader. You are meant to lead other people out of their own dark spaces, and out of the darkness that's put them, that they feel weighed down with in the world. You're meant to lead the way, but you have to first be able to do that for yourself, so that you know the pathway out, is what Spirit is saying. That in order to see the pathway out, and in order to lead, you have to be the one that forges that path. And they're saying that the way out is actually through your heart, that you have a beautiful heart, a beautiful energy that it's almost like it's magnetizing to people, that your energy is just so warm. They're saying that you have a very strong star quality. You might even possibly dream of maybe being famous. You might dream of possibly putting a work of your own out there that is seen and heard for the world. And Spirit is saying that's what you're meant to do, to stop holding yourself back. All the keys to unlocking your problems, that Spirit is like giving me this image of like you feeling like you're kind of like all tied up, or all all these chains around you and around your energy, and feeling like you're just feeling a little bit dragged down. And what they're saying is that the locks were already in your hand the keys to unlocking this were already in your hands. And you just had to realize that and to unlock yourself. And I feel like you're going to be surprised at how many things are going to start to open up in your life. It's going to almost feel like a rebirthing. It's going to be like a rebirthing of your inner child. You're going to feel almost like an innocence and joy returning to you. When I say innocence, I mean like a childlikeness. Like, as adults, we all tend to keep expecting the worst. Or sometimes our mind goes towards like the worst possible outcome of things. But a child has a certain innocence. They have maybe even a little bit of naiveness about the world. And Spirit is saying that's not a bad thing. That's a beautiful thing. That you're going to feel like you can truly connect with your heart. And when you are able to step into this space, things in your life are going to start to open up. I'm seeing massive new career opportunities. I'm seeing you being put into a position of leadership, and I feel like it's actually more like you taking charge of choosing that leadership for yourself. I don't feel like anyone's going to give it for you. I feel like you're just going to step into this energy. When you step into your heart, you're going to like remember the power that's already within your spirit. I feel like it's going to awaken your solar plexus chakra, which is so powerful. They're showing me like a generator. It's like a generator of energy. You might be a generator or manifesting generator in human design, if that's something you study or follow at all. But what I'm seeing is that you're gonna step into a position of entrepreneurship. I feel like if it's not that in your current career or your current job, you are going to have the guts to go after that position you've always really wanted. I feel like it's more of a you taking charge because you realize the light and the power that's within you, and your strength actually comes from your inner child. It actually comes from a space of joy, of letting go and feeling the love for life. I feel like you are going to fall back in love with life. And this is going to open up so many beautiful opportunities of abundance. And I'm hearing creativity in your life, that you are going to not only have many, many opportunities that you will be going after and having things open up for you, but you are going to have all of these creative ideas. And I see you stepping into a very creative space. I feel like you might even be starting a YouTube. You might be starting your own business. I feel like you're just going to be abundant with ideas, and that's what's coming next for you. Let's get some more cards. The next cards we have here is, just a second, the cards are stuck. There we go. We have the Priestess. Oops, let me stick this one over here actually. We have the Priestess and Mintaken. It says, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Sitting that there. And the Priestess says, how are you being called to step up and lead? Now, that's too funny because that's exactly what we were just talking about. You are now going to be called to a position of leadership. And with Mintucken, I feel like you might be considering doing some sort of online business where you might be working from home. You may be doing something that involves working for yourself or on your own. I feel like this is maybe what's been weighing you down, is maybe you've been feeling like maybe there hasn't been as many options job-wise, or maybe you're just feeling stuck and stagnant in your current work. And or just maybe even if you don't work, maybe in just your current life, and you feel like you need a change. You know, Spirit has given me the image of water, and you know how water, when it flows, how it's fresh when it's moving, and but when it's like in a pond with no movement, how it becomes kind of stagnant and stale. And when it becomes stagnant and stale, it just becomes kind of just rotten and not good. And I feel like that's how you've been feeling lately. And that what I'm hearing is running water never grows stale. So it's like Spirit is saying it's time to move, to kind of get the moss off of you, and to go after your dreams. And with the Priestess, I feel like you really, like I was saying before, you're a spiritual leader. That what I'm hearing is your spirit guides do guide you, but it's more like you give the direction for them. That it's more like you are kind of still like the captain, the leader, that you're like, okay, I want to manifest this in my life now. I want to change this in the world now. I want to make this a reality now in my life. And Spirit, your spirit guides and your angels and what I'm hearing is your spiritual guardians are, they're the ones that they don't sit there and say, okay, you should explore this. You're the one that decides. And then they all then they all kind of get together and they figure out the plan to get you to make these things happen. Like they set up the connections, they open the doors. I'm hearing that you are a master manifester, that you are, what I'm hearing is a queen or a king in the spiritual realm. And the image I'm getting, you know, it's interesting. It's not like a queen or king in this world. There's nothing like, there's nothing, I want to say like, there's no false vanity, there's no falsities with it. It's like to be a king or queen in the spiritual realm is somebody that's very, very advanced as a soul, and that's what you are. And it's like all the royalness that comes through you is all like you have a royalty about you is what they're saying, and that your spirit is like royal. And it's like the royalness that comes through you is the energy that it's like the energy of who you are and what you create. It's like you have such a beautiful powerful energy that it's like you could only be in a position to lead. And Spirit is saying that this is why you have been feeling so weighed down so much in this Five of Cups energy recently, is because you've been feeling and absorbing the darkness in this world, and you understand how out of order and how wrong so many things are. And it's making you, just like with this Mintucken, if I'm saying that correctly, card, it's making you long for home. It's making you feel like maybe you have felt like you don't belong within this earth, that it has felt too heavy, it's felt too hard at times. And Spirit is saying that it's time to wash that away. It's time to cleanse that energy from yourself, because you do belong. Your light is here to change all of that. Your light is here to change others, even if you don't see the light reflected in others or the things in others that you wish could exist. You live by such a higher law, is what they're saying. Your spirit comes from such a higher realm, and that don't let all these other people kind of drag you down, because you're meant to actually be lifting all of them up. And that's what you're here to do. And Spirit is saying what's going to unlock this is stop blocking your light from shining. Be unapologetically true to yourself, because that is what you're here to do. Even on the spiritual realm, they call you captain. They look to you to lead them. So don't let anybody in this lifetime, in this physical domain, dim your light or try and boss you around emotionally, is what they're saying. Like when they try to drag you down emotionally, or even if it's just outer things in the world that you see going on, don't let your energy be ruled by them, because your energy can transform the world, is what I'm hearing. Let's get some more cards for you. Pile number 1. We have the Peacock with Let Go of the Old. Let's set that here. And we have Know Your Power. Wow. Now this is very interesting, pile number 1. Trying to adjust this so you get a better view. There we go. That's really interesting, pile number 1. I did this a little differently. I usually shuffle on camera, but I find I spend so much time shuffling. I take a really long time when I shuffle to really tap into the energy. And I shuffled, I decided with this reading to shuffle all of the cards beforehand and just kind of pull out the cards per pile that my energy felt drawn to without looking towards. So it's just amazing to me. Tarot doesn't lie. Spirit guides really want this message to come through to you because like everything is completely repeating it, reiterating it. That what they want you to do is let go of the old. And I love that they have a peacock here because they want you to let go of the part of yourself that I feel like you were like dialing down your light, like not even dimming it, just like dialing it down. Because Spirit is saying you can't dim your light, like you can't dim the sun. You've got to, yeah, I bet you really must have some Leo energy or some fire in your chart, because this is such a, it's just a very, very strong fire type of reading here. Even if you don't have fire signs, you probably have really strong, like 5th house, 9th house, 1st house energy. But aside from that, they're saying don't dial down. Meaning it's just like you turned the volume down on who you are, but you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be one of a kind. You're supposed to be loud about who you are. You're supposed to be seen. A peacock is just unabashedly themselves. And they're telling you to let go of the old you that turned the volume down on who you were. That allowed themselves to maybe ever feel ashamed of who they were, that you should never feel that way, that every part of you should be celebrated. Like every feather on the peacock is original, unique, beautiful, every one of those feathers. And I don't know if you've ever seen a peacock feather, like up close or in person. I have. I've looked at peacock feathers before. And it's amazing how every little part of it is unique. Every like little one of the, it's like all these individual little feathers that come together that create one unique thing, but every little piece of it is unique. And without every one of those little pieces that are unique, it wouldn't mold together to make this one beautiful, unique feather. And the whole peacock is that way. The whole peacock is so extra, because every little part of it is special and every little part of it is unique. And maybe you were made to feel like you should be ashamed of your feathers. And that has held your energy back. That has made you feel stifled or like you weren't allowed to let the light shine. I'm also hearing that maybe you are or have in the past, or possibly past lives, been a singer, and that you have held your voice back. And Spirit is saying no more. Your voice is meant to be heard. Even if people in the past told you like that maybe it wasn't beautiful, that it was, what that person was hearing was your uniqueness. And that comes with who you are. That everything that about you that is unique is what's beautiful, is what's transformative about the world. That's your power. And the whole reason you were criticized for what was unique about you is because they were afraid of your power. Now, with Know Your Power, I feel like that's what they want you to know about yourself. They want you to embrace your true power, your true authority of who you really are, and just like charge towards it. I can't talk tonight. They want you to charge towards it with full energy, kind of like a horse, because I think maybe you were made to feel like you were just too much, that maybe you were either made fun of or picked on, or I'm hearing even abandoned, and possibly felt abandoned and like left alone. And you blamed yourself, possibly, in some circumstances. And, or even if you had people there, they weren't really there for you. And what they're saying is your power was your strength, even if it intimidates others. That's who you are. And it's like a horse is what they're showing me, is like a horse trotting. Like when a horse gallops, it's It is powerful. It is fierce. It is so strong, the musculature of a horse. You can even just see within the musculature of this horse's face. But yet at the same time, there's nothing more beautiful. It's so elegant and graceful and even feminine, even within all of that power. There's a certain beauty and grace that comes with your power, is what I'm hearing. And to not fear it and to not back away from it, because that's why you're here. Okay, I have a couple more cards here. We have the 10 of Ariel, which says there is so very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. We have the 6 of Gabriel, which says, congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, awards, scholarships, and promotions. And we have 8 of Justice, Archangel Raguel. I hope I'm saying that right. It says, fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. I feel like with these angel tarot cards, I feel like what it's saying is that luck and success is coming your way. I do feel like you've been feeling like you're stuck in a stagnant energy lately. And I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to acknowledge and be grateful to yourself. Acknowledge yourself and see you've done a great job. With whether it's the current job you're in or the current circumstances you are in, you have done an amazing job with whatever work, or whether it's actual out there in the workforce, or whether it's even just within your family or school, that what you have currently accomplished, you should be proud of. You've done an amazing job, and Spirit is proud of you. It's like what I'm hearing is they applaud you. They're proud of you. You've done an amazing job. You need to congratulate yourself and feel free to move on to the next stage, the next part of life, to not stay stuck anymore. Even if there's people that are kind of making you feel like you have to stay in that energy for them, no, they need you. You've done everything you can do. Your growth is complete in this energy. It is time to move on, because your energy is meant for bigger things. And to not be filled with fear, because wherever you go next, there will be abundance, there will be joy, and financial success, which is what the 10 of Ariel talked about. I also feel like they want you to know that all of your power, all of this strength that we've been talking about, all of your leadership skills are meant to be used for helping people to help people for a higher cause. You didn't just come here for you. You came here to help other people. And I feel like with the Justice card, you are going to be called, whether you seek it out or not, towards helping people to stand up against injustice, to stand up for what's right. Because that is actually what I'm hearing is that's what your soul passion is, whether you realize it or not. That's your gift. That's what all that strength is for. That's why you are so strong in the higher realms, as you are somebody that can stand up for what's right and stand up against what's wrong and bring more justice, more truth, more fairness into this world. And that is your gift. And to not feel like you have to stay in stagnant waters, possibly maybe even in just situations. You got to stand up for yourself and not allow others to be unjust to you. And when you start standing up for yourself, that's going to cause a ripple effect of other people standing up for themselves and standing up for justice for others. And I feel like you're just the person that's going to take those first steps. So whether you are leading by example or leading inadvertently or leading consciously. Your energy is leading others. All right, so your final card, we have this very pretty, if you can see it, it's a, well, I'll read it. It says, number 20, the choice, says decisions, decisive action, options, and indecisiveness. So this card, let me just set it there. This card represents standing alone in the darkness, which is probably how you were feeling as of recently. And feeling, I also see some fog within this picture, and feeling like not knowing which direction to go, what to take, feeling kind of stuck. And I feel like depression or sadness, anxiety, worry, all of these things are like a fog on the mind that makes it like hard to know what direction to take. And it just makes us stagnant. It makes us stuck because we are too worried about all the outcomes. But I see this shifting for you. I see that you are going to make the choice to choose yourself. And that choice of choosing yourself is going to change your life for the better. It's going to get the water rolling again. It will no longer be stagnant waters. It will be fresh waters. It will be, and what I'm hearing is that will make everything not just fresh, but like pure and clean and reinvigorating, and your energy will come back. But you got to make the choice to serve yourself, choose your life, choose your voice, and love that choice. And when you step into that love, into your heart, things are going to really open up. You won't feel like you're standing alone anymore, because you're going to be helping a lot of people, and other people will be helping you. So, all right, pile number 1, that was a pretty interesting and intense reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed reading for you. I really enjoyed the energy of this reading. I would love to hear from you in the comment section, because I'd love to know what zodiac signs you have, what's in your chart, what makes you so powerful. I would love to hear your thoughts on how this resonated, or possibly what you are going through in your life that connects with all this, if it did connect for you. And if you did enjoy this reading, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel to grow and helps me to know you enjoyed this video. Also, if you would like to see more readings like this and you're not currently subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell, because if you ring the bell, it will just show you every time I post more pick-a-cards or astrology videos like this. And with all that said, I appreciate you guys watching this reading, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Have a beautiful day, guys. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this beautiful cracked crystal quartz, trying to get it so you can see it, with pile number 2, then this is your reading. Let's begin with talking about what you don't see happening next in your life. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the Temperance. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. All right, pile number 2. Let me just adjust this real quick. All right, pile number 2. What you don't see happening next in your life. I feel like you have been weighed down with a lot of indecision recently. I'm hearing that there has been two conflicting roads in your life, and you're not quite sure which one to take. That you're feeling kind of torn with two different options and feeling like you have no guidance on on what direction to take next. And like you've been looking to all of these different people to try and help you, to try and guide you and direct you towards which option you should take, which road you should take, which thing you should pursue. And you feel like everyone you've been looking to for guidance has like not really been guiding you, been kind of just doing their own thing and not giving you real direction that has been really beneficial. And so you feel kind of a little bit lost is what I'm hearing. Like you are about to make a shift in your life and you're feeling kind of blinded to, well, what do I pursue next? What should I do next? Where do I go next? Where should I live next? What should I create next? Feeling kind of like maybe just a little bit confused and a little bit lost. And with the Temperance, I'm hearing that the Spirit wants you to get more in touch with your inner self, with your calmer self. What I'm hearing is that the answers actually lie within looking at things more moderately, and looking at things almost from the perspective of an earth sign. Now, we don't really, like the Temperance card is actually ruled by Sagittarius. And so I feel like you might be a Mercury in Sagittarius. You might have a lot of ninth house energy. I feel like you might be somebody that is kind of always looking at the broad picture. And they say Mercury in Sagittarius is in detriment. I don't like that word. I have a lot of detrimented planets in my chart. And I feel like it just makes it sound negative, and that's not what they are. I like to use the term in complexity, which I got that term from Stephen Forrest, who's a really great astrologer and psychologist. In complexity, having a planet in complexity means that you have, it means that it has a more complex approach of looking at things. It has more diversity, more angles that it needs to integrate. It's not just straightforward. Therefore, it's kind of more advanced. And I feel like you have been kind of torn within your mind. What choice should I take? Which road should I follow? What should I pursue next? I'm feeling kind of stuck within these options. I feel like there's been two options. You might be torn. It could be, I'm hearing a couple of scenarios. It could be from something like choosing which school to go to next, like which college to go to, which job to pursue, or which career to pursue, and you like them both. And even so much as possibly torn between having two love options as well, and not quite sure what the right one is to choose. And what I'm seeing that you don't see next coming for you or happening for you is that you are actually going to find the inner peace you're looking for. Spirit is saying that the answers are going to come from calming your mind, from the inner peace, from stepping out of that indecisive energy and stepping into which option serves you the most, which option serves your greatest good, which option gives you a feeling of peace is what I'm hearing, gives you a feeling of calm. Now, what's interesting is usually for me, I feel like I'm more driven from when I'm indecisive by the option that brings me the most excitement. But for you, Spirit is saying that it's actually your inner peace that is going to be the correct answer. That you might have a lot of earth in your chart. What I'm picking up here is a lot of earth energy, possibly Taurus energy. I'm hearing a lot of like Taurus energy, second house energy, 10th house energy, that they want you to step into your calmer self, to think about things from the perspective of what will give you the greatest value, what will serve you the most, what makes you feel calm and light, what makes you feel stable, what makes you feel free, what brings you joy, because that is what is happening. That's what Spirit wants to guide you towards next in your life. And I feel like with the Five of Pentacles, that what I'm hearing is that you might have experienced some hardships in the past that might have kind of traumatized you, that have made it so that you're kind of afraid to make decisions, that's where this indecisiveness has come from, is possibly either from your childhood or a past life or circumstances as of recently that have made you feel like you have a certain, like Spirit is saying, a panic, if that's a word, panikedness, that you felt panicked recently, and that you've been afraid of being left out in the cold, and that this might have come from your childhood or a prior life, that you have felt that you've been so afraid of not having shelter, of being left out in the cold, of being of like everything falling apart, and then not, like, if you make the wrong decision, you've been so afraid that everything's just going to fall apart and that there will be no growth. And it's just been like this spiraling, tumbling effect. And, but Spirit is saying that there is light at the end of every tunnel, that you do not need to give in to those thoughts that weigh you down, because that would be directing your energy towards those negative things, and you want to direct it away, because it's kind of like when we're driving, where we look is where we exit, where we steer. Where we look, if we are looking the wrong direction, even if we think our hand is going straight when we're steering, it will accidentally start to go in the direction of wherever it is that we're looking. And they want you to keep your eye steady on course. They want you to connect with who you are inside. They're saying to connect with your physical world. Do things that make you feel good. Make your favorite meal. Do your favorite hobby. Go for a walk. Enjoy the area that you live, is what they're saying. Enjoy, if you live in a city, or if you live out in the country, or even if you live in like the suburbs, or if you live in a desert or by water, go enjoy the environment that you are in, because that's going to help you to connect with the answers, that you get your answers through calming your mind, through getting in touch with your physical body and your physical world, that calms your mind, that grounds you into reality, and then the answers will come. And it's like with this card, that there is light on the horizon. Even if you have felt a little bit left out in the cold recently with how you've been feeling lately, or with circumstances in your life, the sun is shining. Spring is coming, is what Spirit is saying. And they're making a reference to like a spiritual spring, a spring within your life, not a spring of seasons. They're talking about springtime in your life, in your soul, like a beautiful new beginning. And like what I'm hearing is that the winter of the hardships is, what I'm hearing is like winter is over within your soul, and the frost is going to melt, and you're going to be able to, it's like they're giving me this image of like the snow, that maybe you have felt almost like you've been in like a winter of your own soul, and that you've had like a ton of indecision because of that. And what they're giving me an image of is that it's like when it's wintertime, all the trees and everything looks different in wintertime because it's covered in snow. And if you've ever lived in a cold environment, when it's covered in snow and then it becomes like frozen snow and then fresh snow falls on top of it, it's like you don't even know what's underneath there. It's like trees and bushes and houses, everything looks transformed. Everything has a different energy with the snow on top. Everything has a more slow, more unstable, slippery, different texture, different smell. It's like the whole environment is transformed. And they're using this as an analogy because the snow represents the cold, the difficulty that has been weighing on your mind, and that has transformed your perspective of the whole world. That you were still seeing the issues, you were still seeing things, but you were seeing them packed in snow, packed in negativity, packed in the coldness, the harshness, the winter, the abruptness, the difficulty. And they're saying that if you allow it, that the frost is, that it's all going to melt, that it's time to melt, and it's going to start melting, and you're going to start to see the real shapes of things. You're going to start to see the real structure of things. You're going to start to see the problems and the solutions to the problems, if there are any. You're going to start to see which road to take, and you're going to, it's like you're going to feel the warmth and reinvigoration in your soul and in your spirit again. And it's not going to be like a boom, really fast thing. It's like snow melting. It just doesn't happen super rapidly. It's a little bit of a, slow process if you're just sitting there watching it. But if you're patient, if you are patient with yourself and patient with the transformation, it will feel very rapidly because the sun is rising. It's coming through and it's bringing in a new day, a new dawn, a new day. So you think of that song, Feeling Good by Nina Simone, or Muse, which are both great artists. Let's pull some more cards for you. Pile number 2. We have, just one second here. We have Unbounded, or Unbound. I don't know why I added an extra D there. We have Unbound. It says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And we have Align Your Life. What is not aligning and needs to change? Okay, just setting that there. Okay, pile number 2. I really feel like you have felt kind of weighed down and tied up with these indecisions, with this indecisiveness. Indecisions might actually be an interest. Maybe that was spirit trying to say something, because it's you have had a lot of decisions you felt you needed to make, but you stood in indecisiveness, and so. And they're saying that was kind of meant to be at that time because everything was covered in a distorted perception, and the frost is melting now. And now it's time to align your life to what's really true to you, to get back into nature is what I'm hearing, to get back into the real world, back into the physical world. To get back to what makes you feel human is what I'm hearing. What makes you feel connected with why you are here. I feel like a lot of what you've been traumatized recently has to do with past life traumas that have been bubbling up. I feel like possibly with current transits, we've had a lot of really heavy transits for the past year and a half, especially 2021 and 2022. Depending on when you're watching this is a timeless reading, but I feel like if you're watching currently, it's we've had a lot of very heavy transits, and even if it's not current that you're watching this in the future, you've probably had a lot of heavy transits within your chart. I feel like you it's been pulling out a lot of old karmic wounds, and Spirit is saying it's been pulling them out for you to heal them. That you have had a little bit of a fractured perception of the world recently, that you haven't known what to believe, you haven't known what to trust, you haven't known what actions to take. I'm hearing it's been almost like a little bit of a existential crisis, which has made you feel just so confused. I'm hearing that maybe your religious views have shifted, if you were religious at all, that your old belief systems, that it's like you had a bit of a shift within everything, and it's like you haven't known what to trust, that you've had almost a bit of a betrayal of trust come up, and that you've had maybe a lot of trust issues that you didn't even know you had come up, making you feel like you were too afraid to make any decision at all, because you felt like you couldn't trust the decision that you made. You couldn't trust others, is what Spirit is saying, and they made it so that you felt like you couldn't even trust yourself, because you might have even felt like a betrayal from the belief systems you held in the past. It could have been from religion, it could have been from, you could have not been religious and could have been like very based in, agnosticism, or it could be a variety of things. But like the belief systems that we hold, even if it's not related with spirituality, or even if it's not related with spirituality, or like a religious thing, we still hold on to certain beliefs that we use as guiding forces for our life. And what I'm hearing is that maybe you came to see that something that you believed in was incorrect, or was betraying you, or a person that you believed in betrayed you, and this has fractured your trust, and you feel like you have this very fractured perception right now, and Spirit wants you to unbind yourself from this. They're saying that it was meant to come up in this lifetime, whatever the situation is. It was meant to come up in this lifetime to bring up an old karmic wound, because this is not the first lifetime this has happened to you, and that you are meant to learn to trust your mind, to trust your own will, to trust your, to put your mind back together, is what I'm hearing, because it's like it's fractured, where it's almost like a puzzle piece, and you are meant to put those puzzle pieces back together, because you have an amazing mind, you have a beautiful mind, and they want you to use it, they want you to explore it. Let's pull some more cards. Pile number 2. We have with love and kindness. And we have seek the lesson. All right, pile number 2. There's a lot of green in both of these cards. I feel like Spirit really wants you to get in touch with nature, to get in touch with your current environment. Even if you live in a big city and feel like, there's not a lot of nature around you, even just going out for a walk, breathing the fresh air, feeling the elements, just like really exploring the world around you, the physical world. Spirit is saying you've been too trapped in your own mind, and that's kind of hindered your growth a little bit. Like, not that it's hindered your progress in this life, but that it's made you feel a little bit stagnant because it's made you stuck in indecision. And they're saying it's time for you to come out of that. And they're saying the way that you do that is for you to use the empathy within your heart for yourself. That you've been maybe thinking of others a little bit too much and trying to think too much about what it is that others think you should do, and trying to maybe even please others or make others happy with your life decisions. And Spirit is saying that's not what you're supposed to do. You should be using all of that empathy that you have naturally within your heart and using it for yourself, because in past lifetimes you didn't extend the empathy that you had for others unto yourself, and that made it so that you didn't trust your own mind. It made it so that you held yourself back. And it's that this karmic situation that has come up is to help you to shift out of that negative, out of that energy, and to be able to see the greater potential in all situations. And they're saying this is something your mind has a knack for. It's like a healing of the mind. And Spirit is saying that things are going to start to move forward in your life. You're going to become more decisive, but that decisiveness is going to come through the peace that you purposefully choose to put into your life, through getting in touch with the real world, getting in touch with nature, getting in touch with your body, getting in touch with your physical senses. Even just breathing is a huge part of our physical sensational world. And Spirit is saying they want you to be breathing more fresh air. And when you do that, you'll come back to who you really are and get out of all of these voices in your head, or these voices that are trying to persuade you. And what I'm hearing is they also really want you to see that everything that has happened for you has not, well, what I'm hearing is everything that has happened has not just happened to you in the past. See it as, it's just taking me a minute to hear that in my head, sorry. What Spirit is saying is that everything that has happened in your life to you, that as you shift out of this energy, you're going to start to see that it hasn't just happened to you, it's happened for you. That all of these things can be used for your good. All of these things can be used to set you on the path of your highest self, your highest life, your highest calling. And that's going to come through loving yourself. And for you, self-love is about self-nurturing, and self-nurturing in the physical world. And that it's actually the physical world that gets you into your mental world more, meaning your mind, because I feel like you are a pile that has a very, very powerful mind, and you are meant to be transformative with your ideas. But I feel like you have a lot of earth and a lot of air energy in your chart. And this combination makes it so that you naturally transform. You naturally transform the physical world with your brilliant mind. And too many dark forces have made you doubt that beautiful, brilliant mind. You are meant to transform this world with your mind and with your ideas, with your thoughts, with your perception of reality, with your creative intellect that I feel like is very innovative and has the capacity to bring new inventions, new technology, new things into the physical world. And I feel like this combination makes you who you are. It's part of your purpose, and you're meant to step out of all of these energies that are making you doubt that beautiful mind. And the way that you step out of that is through stepping into the physical world and getting in touch with yourself and not with others. All right, so let's get some more cards. We have the Empress, and this Empress says, time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded, luxurious or abundant resources. And we have Ace of Raphael. It says, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting in spiritual insights. So my pile number 2, I really feel like it's so interesting. The Empress is ruled by Venus, so I'd be really surprised if you did not have any Taurus or Libra even. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. Definitely this has a lot of Libra energy in this as well. But I feel like a lot of Venusian energy, a lot of Venus energy in this reading. I feel like what you've been trying to heal within yourself could also be a relationship. Could definitely be a relationship. And I'm hearing just there's been too many voices in your head that have possibly fractured your perception of self and perception of reality. And this is going to shift in your life. I'm hearing that you're going to have a new bout of creativity. I'm hearing that there's going to be new plans that you will be making and taking action towards. I feel like there's going to be so many new, I'm hearing so many actually new loves in your life. You're going to have all these options. And I don't know if that's something you're really looking for or not, pile number 2. But I feel like you're going to start focusing on you. You're going to start focusing on healing, on stepping more into your physical energy and your physical world, and stepping outside of your mind and all the thoughts that are running through your mind continually. You're going to start to make more decisive plans on what it is that you feel called towards. And I feel like you're going to step into a very abundant creative energy that is going to, rather than you feeling like you have to be very action-oriented, very Mars, ego, go, go, go type of energy that maybe you felt in the past you were very scarcity or panic-driven, that now you're going to be more calm, and rather than even having to run after the things you want, you're going to create a strategy of attracting what you want, where what you want comes to you. And this is going to come from you getting in touch with your inner creativity, your inner abundant self, and really seeing the value within yourself, and not just your mind, but also your like what I'm hearing is the value in your own body and your own physical experience. That's, part of why you incarnated, is maybe in prior lifetimes you didn't connect with the physical world as much as you should have. Maybe you were more of a thinker, more caught up in the mind. and you had an amazing mind, and that's a gift of yours that you carry through in this lifetime, but it overpowered your greatest ability, which is manifestation in the physical world. In this lifetime, you're meant to manifest in the physical world. And the way you do that is by connecting with the physical world. So what I see changing most for you right now, pile number 2, is your perception of others and allowing others to get into your head. Now, what I pulled here with your final card, and this, I don't know which way it goes actually. It's like clouds through the trees. Looks like this. And it says dusk. It says endings, evolution, farewell, and closings. What I'm hearing, we'll put it this way, I guess. Pile number 2 is you are going to be cutting off relationships, cutting off people, cutting off habits that have been pulling you down and putting you into panic mode. And that it's kind of the end of an era for you. It's an end of a karmic cycle of allowing others to control you with their thoughts, control you with their perception. You are going to allow your perception to be the guiding perception, and that's going to be transformative in your life. And that's going to make it so that you will be able to choose. What I'm hearing is the adventure of life that you choose for yourself, and not just what's expected of you or what others think would be best for you. You are going to choose what's true to you, because it's your life and nobody else's, and you're the one in control. And I feel like you're going to be changing your perception radically, is what I'm hearing. And that radical change of perception away from all of the wondering, and I'm hearing just like a ton of mental chatter. Like, you're no longer going to be hearing all of that. You're going to quiet your mind and get in touch with your true inner self. And that's going to lead to a great fruition of abundance, of creativity, and just this feeling of like freedom in your life. And I also see everything that's maybe in your life that's been very disorganized getting more organized. Like, as you organize your inner world, your outer world will become more organized, more harmonious, more in alignment with who you really are and what you really desire in this world. So pile number 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I really enjoyed reading for you. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give me a like, as that helps my channel to grow. And please don't forget to comment below, as I would really like to hear what your zodiac signs are, and I would love to hear if this connected with you, and in what ways it connected with you. If you felt like it gave you any good guidance or clarity or what's going on in your life. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe if you felt like this was helpful to you and you would like to see more videos like this. And don't forget to ring that bell if you want notifications every time that I upload more pick-a-cards like this. I hope you have an amazing day, pile number 2. I enjoyed reading for you, and I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hope you have a beautiful and amazing day. Bye, guys. Hi, pile 3. If you chose this beautiful, trying to hold it up, Marian quartz right here, then this reading is for you. I'm going to set this right here. I've already shuffled some cards, so let's go ahead and pull the tarot and see what is coming your way. pile number 3. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 7 of Cups. And we have the King of Pentacles. All right. All right, pile number 3. What's coming next for you? I see that you might have been in a situation or situations in the past where you've had a lot of people take advantage of you. You might even feel like people are, I want to say, almost like ripping you off or trying to take from you or rely upon you too much, trying to take too much of your time, too much of maybe even financially, that you had a bunch of people that were possibly relying upon you. And if it's not financially, I feel like it's like maybe even emotionally that people have possibly been leaning on you too much, that you feel kind of drained and maybe a little bit almost betrayed by people, because it's like what I'm getting from Spirit is that you are the type of person that is very generous and very open-hearted, and you try to take care of others. And it's like you think that other people view the world and like approach things in life the same way, that you always try to look out for others. If there's something that someone else needs, you'll go out of your way to try and be there for them. I see it as like if somebody needs a ride, you'll be the person to offer to drive them around if they need it. That if they are in a bind with money, you're going to be the one that kind of helps them out and gives them maybe a little bit of a loan, or gives them some extra cash. Your Spirit is saying you're the type of person that would give the shirt off your back, and the Spirit loves this about you. But you've had what I'm hearing is a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing around you. That you have had a lot of people maybe deceive you, and you didn't see that they were just trying to use you and take advantage of you. Spirit is saying this could be in love relationships as well, that maybe you were the one that was always giving in the relationships and never really receiving. And that it's almost like you're so used to this. Spirit is saying that you're just so used to having people just take from you that you don't know how to receive in a relationship. And they're saying that this can be, for some of you, since this is a collective reading, this could be work as well as not just relationships, that it pertains to work and your love life as well, your personal life. It can also be friendships, that there's just like so many people in your life that have kind of betrayed you, kind of taken from you. And it's like you give them your all, you try to be there for them. And then they, out of nowhere, like they won't return to you. They just give you kind of crumbs back. Like they'll give you a little bit of their time, but they don't really give you anything, of value. And you're giving people real value, real time, real love, real concern. And they're just not reciprocating. And more than that, they're using you. And I feel like Spirit has recently helped you to see what's going on, to see the intentions behind with these people. And I feel like I feel like this has been kind of a difficult awakening for you, to see how these people really are, because I feel like you in general are a very big-hearted, open, generous, loving person, and it's hard for you to understand why humanity people would behave like that, because it's not in your nature, it's not in your character. You very well, I feel like you could have a lot of Pisces energy with this reading, like a very strong Neptune or possibly very strong 12th house type of thing, because I feel like you see, like, almost what Spirit is saying is, when you deal with people, you see the spiritual side of things. It's like you see the spiritual essence of who they are. You see their higher self, their higher potential, and you kind of believe in the good in everybody. And that's a beautiful trait. And Spirit says they don't want that to change, because that is one of the most beautiful things about your nature, and that comes from your higher self, that you see the good in everyone and you want to bring out the good in everyone. But the downside of that, they're saying, is that you believe in the good in everyone so much. It's like you believe in it more than they believe in themselves, that they are capable of. Which, it's like, I'm hearing that it's like you are attached to, you're closer attached to like divine consciousness, and that's why you can see such, that's why you can see so much goodness in people, because it's like you're seeing them through like the higher realms, and you can see their potential and all that they're worth. But they are kind of more on this base level frequency, which you don't understand because you're not there. Your spirit was born ascended. Your spirit is not in that lower vibrational state. So it's like you get tricked real easily. And I feel like Spirit recently has been kind of showing you, bringing to light all these people that have been using you. I'm hearing manipulated you, that they have manipulated you. They've predominantly emotionally manipulated you. And I'm hearing that you might be an empath, and that you just are naturally so empathetic, and you're a healer, and you want to heal hearts. That's why you're so generous. You want to take care of others. You want to help others. And other people have taken advantage of your generosity. They've taken advantage of your good heart. And I feel like recently Spirit has kind of been bringing to light what these people have been up to. And I feel like you might have uncovered somebody betraying you, taking from you, possibly even stealing from you. Like the Seven of Swords indicates somebody that is actually like, taking stuff from you. So it could have been a real sketchy situation that that you've been going through recently. And Spirit is saying that for some of you, I don't know about for all of you. Some of you, this actually has ties to not just personal relationships, but has ties to like institutions as well. That maybe institutions, meaning religions or organizations, maybe even like societal type of things, or even government type of things that you were maybe involved with. Spirit is saying that it's like institutions in general that they've been shining light on to help you to see, to help you to stop letting your belief in the good in things blind you from the truth of these people's intentions. And they're saying that it could be pertaining to like organizations as well that you were involved in and you believed so very much in, and you stood up for. You were generous, you gave your time, your money, your energy, and they betrayed you. And I don't know in what way they betrayed you, but I'm hearing that it's left you kind of jaded. Spirit is saying that the jadedness, that I don't think that's a word, that feeling jaded, or just feeling kind of like you're feeling like you kind of want to remove yourself emotionally now. It's like your guard is up. You're aware of all of these snakes in the grass, and you are now kind of re-looking at where it is you feel like you're supposed to go. And because you feel like you've been led astray, whether it was by the organizations or institutions, or whether it was by people you love, family members, even just basic friendships and acquaintances, betraying you, manipulating you, trying to get stuff out of you, trying to use you for your goodness. And Spirit has been saying they needed to bring this to light for you, even though it has hurt you, to see people's true colors, that you are meant to evolve to a higher state of being through this, that they don't want you to stay in this kind of jaded spot, that you are meant to level up spiritually, that these lower energies, they want you to see that you're more valuable, your energy, your time, your mind is more valuable, and they want you to start using your energies towards to be giving your generosity and your energy and your heart and your love and your soul and your healing energies is what I'm hearing, sorry, because they're saying you are a healer, that your healing energies are meant for higher people, that they are meant for a higher calling, for higher good. And they had to bring those things to light for you to pull your energy out of those things that were just draining you. I'm hearing they were like energy vampires. What they're actually saying is almost like a succubus, which I don't really know a ton about, but that's kind of the image that they're giving me. They're saying they're just draining all your vital force out of you, that they have just been, it's been like a subconscious thing. You haven't even realized how much, like spiritual energy they've been taking from you. That it's been, even if this person was taking from you just like your time or tricking you, or, maybe even just using you emotionally, where you're always the shoulder for them to cry on and you're always there for them, but they can't even, give you a little bit of kindness or courtesy in return, like, being there when you're going through something hard, or even just, being there for you in general as, a friendship. Like they might have been using you emotionally. And Spirit is saying your energy is meant for, it should be more reciprocal. It's meant for people that are, and institutions and things that are on a higher vibration, because you're too high vibrational to keep dealing with these lower energies. And Spirit is saying that what's going to be coming in next for you, it's going to be like a flood of options. You're going to have a ton of options. And this is going to lead you, one, to your higher path, and two, it's well, what I'm getting is that it's gonna lead you to your spiritual calling. I feel like you very well might be a life path number 7. The 7 is really standing out to me in this reading. I don't know if that means, and it's more in a Piscean, Neptune kind of way. Spirit is saying your wishes are that you're going to have wish fulfillment. Your dreams are going to come true. And Spirit is saying that right now you might not even know what those are. That you've just kind of opened up this conduit by shedding off all of these people that were toxic for you, that you've almost like just opened up this conduit of new possibilities for yourself. It's going to bring in all of this good energy, all of this abundance in your life, and you just didn't even realize how much these toxic people were just like feeding off of your energy, that was stopping all of these blessings from coming through. It was creating blocks on a spiritual level and a subconscious level. And but now Spirit is saying that that you're going to have a lot of new people in your life, and this is going to be more in alignment. And it's gonna also bring, it's like it's going to reignite your dreaminess, meaning your creativity, your imagination, that you're going to feel a revitalization of who you truly are. And that's going to actually come from your creative state of being. And that it's like all these things, all these people were holding you back from the true source of your spirit, which actually comes from creativity, which actually comes from the higher realms. They're saying that your creativity is your connection to divine source, and that when you're being creative, you're actually channeling directly from the higher realms and bringing it downwards into this reality. And that actually all of these people that have been toxic in your life have been like blocks sent by the dark to try and thwart you from bringing that higher energy from the higher realms down into this existence through your creativity. You might very well be, I see you as possibly being a writer, a painter, I'm hearing a designer, a musician, somebody that just naturally has some sort of creative ability. And even if you're thinking that you don't, I'm hearing that even if it might be creative ideas about the way the world should be run or is structured, or possibly philosophies, or like you have these creative, imaginatory visions about the way the world could be. And you're meant to be putting that out there. You're meant to be bringing that into this domain and not blocking it. Not blocking it anymore is what Spirit is saying. And Spirit is saying that you are about to do that. You're going to have a surge of creativity and a surge, like an abundance of new options brought forth to you. And you're about to be entering, and that's going to actually bring what I'm hearing is surprising stability into your life. Like emotional stability, and also like stability of well-being and wealth, because the King of Pentacles represents, that's naturally ruled by Taurus. And I feel like you're going to be stepping into knowing your value and knowing your worth and not letting anybody else overstep those bounds anymore. You're going to be standing firm in who you are. You're going to feel like you have authority in your life again. And you're going to be taking everything to a higher realm, to a higher status. And you're just not going to see it coming. First, it's going to open up with all of these options, and it's going to be a time period of excitement that you're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be having all of these fresh ideas. But you don't see that and you're not going to even see the way it's going to attract so much abundance into your life. So let's pull some more cards. Pile number 3. We have Birthing a New Age. It says, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. That's so funny. I did not look at these cards before, so it just goes with what we were saying about creating. And then we have Break the Chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Just stick this right here. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so I think this really coincides with what we were just saying with the previous cards, pile number 3, that your creativity, it comes from higher realms. And even like with this picture right here, it's almost like she's channeling. It's like with all the rocks kind of representing this earthly plane, but she's pulling the energy downwards from the higher realms into this world. And I feel like this connection that you've been having with all of these toxic people, possibly toxic institutions, like I've been saying, and they could go together. You could have had, been in a play, like some sort of church or organization of sorts that had a lot of toxic people within it. But Spirit is saying this is a past life pattern that you came into this world to break. That these people that have been holding you back in this life and draining your energies in this life, that they have been actually doing this to you for many lifetimes. And you came into this world to finally achieve and accomplish the true work of what your soul is truly capable of in this lifetime without being held back by all of these, well, what I'm hearing is shadow entities. Without all of these darker shadow entities trying to penetrate, trying to penetrate your purpose, like seep themselves into your purpose, into your energy, trying to put roadblocks in your way, making you doubt yourself, making you not believe in the power of who you really are, making you not believe in the power of your own voice, is what Spirit is saying, making you not believe in the power of your own mind, your own intellect, the power of your own capacity, which Spirit is saying is infinite. The power of your capacity is so grand. That's what I'm hearing. I'm just laughing because I hear words in my head from Spirit that I just don't usually use, like grand. But what I'm hearing is that the power of your spirit, of your soul, of your divine essence is so expansive, is so transformative for the world, that it will shock even you. And I feel like, this is definitely, whoops, just shifting in my chair here. This is definitely a very belief-oriented change. Like what I'm hearing is that expression, change your beliefs, change your life. I feel like that's kind of the theme of this reading right here. If you can see, it's like there's Jupiter right here. Let me hold it up closer. If you can see that, Jupiter is off in the background. And Jupiter rules our conscious beliefs. And with all the sevens, life path number 7s are ruled by Neptune. It is a spiritual destiny. If you are that life path number, you are meant to be transformative in other people's beliefs. And Spirit is saying that you have that capacity within you to transform beliefs of not just your inner circle, but actually the world. And that your inner circle was holding you back, and they held you back in other lifetimes. And you came into this world to break that chain that was like pulling you down to lower levels. And you're going to attach a new chain that pulls everybody else up to a higher level. If that makes sense. That's just kind of the way I see it. It's a visual image in my mind. You're cutting a cord, you're cutting a chain with these lower things that were pulling you down, and you're actually going to be attaching a new cord from yourself onto other things that are going to actually raise everything else up. It's going to raise the vibration of this plane. Let's get some more cards, not cords, some more cards, pile number 3. Looks like we have Seek Answers Within right here. Now I will set that right there. And we have Be Patient with the little dragon. Okay, there we go. So with Seek Answers Within, I feel like you have a deeply spiritual calling. And Spirit is saying that you need to heal your heart from all these toxic relationships. In order for new things to open up, you need to look inwards, and you need to reignite your heart, and to not force it. Spirit is saying that you can be you might have some strong Taurus energy in your chart. Because I feel like Spirit is saying you have a certain stubbornness about you, which isn't really a bad thing, because it gives you the determination and energy to press forward with any goals. And a lot of people really like that about you, because you're the one that gets things done and can really see things through to the end. But they also are saying that it makes it hard for you to know when to hold your energy back. when to conserve your energy and for greater things. And so patience is something they are wanting you to learn right now. Patience with not so much with things coming into your life, but actually patience with answers right now is what they're saying. Patience with answers on what to pursue, on what to believe, what is truth is what I'm hearing. That they want you to be patient with and letting things unfold naturally with your belief systems, with healing your beliefs that have wounded your heart, and not letting your desire to kind of move on to the next thing too rapidly keep you stuck in maybe the wrong energy, pursuing the wrong things. So they're saying that the answers will come from reconnecting with your heart that has a memory of the higher realms, has a memory of the spiritual truths you were meant to bring down into this world, and that all these people have wounded your heart, and they're saying that you're an empath, and because of that you've absorbed, it's wounded, your heart is wounded because you've absorbed too much of their negative energy, and they're saying to reignite your heart is going to heal it, meaning let that pain go of what you have experienced in the past with these people. Don't let them take anything more from you than they already have taken. Don't let the pain of their betrayal continue to seep into your heart, because that's just taking more of your energy. Spirit is saying, let that go and step back into the love in your heart. Step back into what sets you on fire, makes you feel passionate, makes you feel alive, makes you feel excited, what opens up your third eye chakra, your connection to the divine, and opens up your creativity. I also feel like you might have a lot of fifth house energy with this reading. So with your next cards, we have the Knight of Raphael. It says romantic, dramatic, poetic, introspective. It says committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. Set these right there. We have Four of Ariel. It says when you give, you also receive, being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. And we have Five of Raphael. So two Raphaels. Says everything happens for a reason. Release regret. Embrace the opportunity for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So I feel like Spirit wants you to, like I was saying, step into that creativity, that it's actually your creative side that's going to heal your heart. I feel like it might come through writing, possibly even songwriting, or like it mentioned, poetry. And by getting into that more introspective part of yourself, I'm seeing this as a very Knight of Cups kind of energy. I think the Knight of Raphael is actually supposed to be in this deck, the representative of the Knight of Cups. And I see that you are a very creative person and you create off of your intuition. And Spirit wants you to stop blocking that and to get more in touch with that, to spend more time with that, because that's going to heal. That's going to heal your heart. That's going to heal your capacity, and it's going to open up your world. And what I'm hearing is Spirit really wants your main focus to be, on receiving as much as you're giving, if not receiving even more than you are giving. Because you've given, and that's created kind of an energetic deficit that can't ever be paid back. And the universe wants you to be paid back. So it's time for you to receive. It's time for you to receive in love. It's time for you to receive in relationships. And it's time for you to receive financially. as well, that you were meant to have resources, you were meant to have stability, and you were meant to have an abundance of opportunities in your life. That all these hindrances you've had were not part of your karma. Your karma was to clear these things, so that you could bring forth what you were meant to in this world. And Spirit is saying, with everything happens for a reason, that you willfully, when you came into this world, actually chose these people. You might have a lot of karmic relationships going on with all of these people or institutions or situations. These might have been institutions or people that you were involved with in prior lifetimes that you allowed to hold you back from really doing what it was that you felt you were called upon by the divine to do in this earth, in this lifetime. And you kind of let you let your love for them. What I'm hearing is you let your love for them, like, block your capacity, like you loved them or cared about them or believed, actually belief is more the word, you believed in them so much that you allowed it to hinder your belief in yourself and your own mind. And that's what you came here to heal, so that you can really, really do what it is you're meant to do in this lifetime. And Spirit is saying that you're on the right path. You should feel really good. You are seeing things as they are, and you're also seeing things as they should be. And even though it's hurt recently to see all these things, you are about to enter a period of lots of joy and love and happiness because of this clearing. And so even though it's hurt, it's been for the greater good in your life. And you are about to enter a time period of, I'm hearing of lots of abundance that you just weren't at all expecting. You just did not see it coming. So your final card, we have this one right here. You can see that it's lightning hitting the stone. And it says 21 lightning. It says transformation, bolt from blue, sudden change, realization. So pile number one, I feel like the final card is really saying that they're repeating that phrase, change your beliefs, change your life. Your beliefs are changing right now, and that can be scary. Your beliefs in yourself, your beliefs in the world around you. It's kind of like a spiritual awakening type of thing, but I see it as like you're already spiritually awake. It's just like a realization of who you are, how important you are, how important your destiny is. And Spirit is saying that as you change your beliefs, you are changing your life, and it's going to change the world around you. And I feel like pile number three, I feel like Spirit wants you to, they want you to see just how powerful you are. And that as you open up to this new way of thinking, this new belief in the world and in yourself, it's kind of like how lightning strikes. That it's almost like, what Spirit is saying is that lightning is almost like an epiphany from like the higher realms. Like if we look at it as a symbol, that's why when people get a big idea, they say lightning just struck. That it's almost like, I don't know if this is true or not, but it's almost, Spirit is giving me this image of like the ancients believing that lightning was like the hand of God reaching down and giving knowledge unto people. And that is really what's happening for you. That you're going to start channeling from the higher realms. And these could be big business ideas that are going to be coming to you. These could be But what I'm really hearing is it's all about the belief system, no matter what structure you create in this life, whether it's a business or, you know, a new relationship or a new way of doing things, or even just a new place to live. Spirit is saying the outer world is just a reflection of the inner world. And it's actually the inner world that really matters, because that's what we're all here to transform. And you are transforming rapidly inside. And that's going to lead to a rapid transformation of your outer world, and also of other people's inner world, that you are going to be like that lightning striking for other people, that brings the light, that brings the truth, that brings the knowledge of the higher realms into their life. And it's going to be shocking and profound, but incredibly necessary. So yeah, pile number 3, I guess you're in for a very big spiritual transformation that's going to transform your whole life, and it's going to have a good outcome. That's going to lead to, I mean, Spirit is saying money, abundance, and good relationships. So yeah, pile number 3, please let me know if this resonated with you. I really enjoyed reading for you today. Please comment below if this connected with you, and tell me about your zodiac signs. I love to hear that. And if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, as that helps my channel to grow. And if you're not subscribed and you would like to see more readings like this, as well as I do astrology videos and other pick cards and stuff, feel free to subscribe and ring that bell if you want notifications about every time I upload more videos like this. So pile number 3, I hope you have an amazing and beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye!